Well, hello everyone, it's Charlie from the Tranny Shop, and yeah, I'm up before the sun, if you can't tell, you can't even see it through my phone. But yeah, I'm up before the sun, and I've got to do some work on my truck, not exactly something I planned on doing. Last night, my water pump went out on me. In fact, yeah, you can't even see it's dark out. But I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. Got to replace that water pump. Driving home last night, and threw a belt. Thought it was just a belt. I was like, okay, I'll just replace the belt. There was an auto parts store nearby. Got a new belt, threw it on there, and it threw itself right off. And upon further inspection, I noticed that my water pump pulley had actually dug into the water pump housing. So this is not good. The bearing's worn out in the water pump, so I've got to replace it. So looks like the first thing I need to do is this hose, this shroud, and this overflow bottle. So we'll take those off and I'll be back with you. Alright, the shroud's off. I know you can't see it all that well because the sun isn't up yet, but trust me on this, the shroud's off. It was a pain in the ass to get off because the fan's kinda in the way. But it's flexible, it's plastic. You squeeze it, bend it, push it, pull it enough, and it comes right off. And I really have to say there's nothing quite like feeling around for your nuts in the dark, or feeling around for nuts in general in the dark. Take that however you want it. I don't judge. But that's what we got going on here so far. Next step, I don't know how well you can see it. This fan, I think for right now, is going to stay on. This idler pulley here does have to come off. That's blocking at least one bolt. I think I can get at everything else without taking that fan off, and that fan may just not ever go back on because if I can get away with it, I'm just going to throw an electric fan on here because I can, and because I don't like clutch fans. So yeah, so that's where we're at so far. So far so good. Alright, the sun's up, and I've got all the bolts out of that water pump. I wonder if it's going to come off easy. Let's find out. Let's find out. And maybe I don't have all the bolts out of it. Let me give this fan a little tug. Let me give this here a little tug. Uh-oh. It's jiggly. It's jiggly. By the way, a couple things I have to say here before I get this completely off, and I'm going to need both hands, so I'm going to have to put this camera up, or my phone up. But whoever put that bolt right there, where, like, it's obstructed by everything, including this pulley, your mom's a hoe. Also, whoever, like, the hose clamp that was on this, it was facing down, and it was a bitch to get to because it was facing down, your mom's a hoe. And if you're down in the comments section, and you're complaining about me calling people's mothers hoes, your mom's a hoe. But it's alright, she had bills to pay. Alright, so the pump's off, I've got here on the bed of the truck, and I'm seeing one thing that's a little troubling. I'm seeing metal shavings. Look at that. Metal fucking shavings. Like, it looks like this here was grinding. Yeah, this doesn't even really turn. So, that's not good at all. I'm hoping these metal shavings didn't go very far. Like, I'm hoping they stayed relegated to the water pump housing. In fact, let me come around to down the side of the truck to up front here under the hood, and if you look, I'm laying there on the harmonic balancer. There's some metal shavings in there. Aside from the metal shavings, it doesn't look too bad. I had some gasket crap I gotta clean. It looks like this thing's had a water pump changed before, I would guess. So, it's not too bad. Except for those metal shavings. That's a little troubling to me. So, I'm going to clean that up. I'm going to get the new water pump ready. So far this hasn't been a bad job, but I'm just going to hope for the best with those metal shavings. Alright, old water pump with the fan still attached to it. New water pump. New water pump hose with new O-ring on the end of it, and shiny new tube of silicone. And I can't do this and hold my camera at the same time because I can't need both hands, so much for that. Yeah, I knew I was going to need both hands to do that job. So if you notice, I've got a very thin bead of silicone around around the water pump. That's really all you need. All you're trying to do is make that gasket stick to the water pump. That's it. You don't, like I see some people, they just put it like freaking huge on there. You don't need that. You need it very thin, very sparingly. That's at least the way I've always done it. So now we put our gasket on there, like so. That's mainly what we're trying to do is make the gasket stick to it, and also, like any imperfections between the gasket, the block, the water heater, or gasket, block, water pump, we're trying to keep that all sealed. And just filling any gaps, filling any small spaces. That's really all that silicone's there for. So now it's time to put it on the truck. Okay, so the new water pump is in there. Now, a couple of things. All right, if you notice, there is like some silicone around the heads of these bolts. There's silicone on that bolt too. It just didn't come all the way through. But the reason why that's there is those do thread into, at least I think they thread into water jackets, because when I was taking them out, water was coming out, and there was silicone on them, and I cleaned the old silicone off. I put fresh silicone on there, so those seal up nice. Also, this pipe coming out of here, this is a brand new pipe that came with the water pump, and there is an O-ring on the end of that goes in there, but I just wanted something on there for a little added protection. So now I just need to get the belt on here and get the fan on here, and we're good to go. Hey everyone, we're back at it. Alright, so check this out. Got the electric fan mat in there, and I was actually kind of getting a little concerned about how I was going to go about doing this, because I thought I was going to take like the grill off the truck or something. Then I realized, you know, I could just unbolt this radiator and lean it forward. And hey, look at that. That's how I went and mounted that that fan. If you've ever done one of these fans before, you know it's got these things here that are kind of like zip ties. But I hope they're a little stronger. Anyways, you just run these through the radiator, and it holds the fan in place, and then it's got this little piece here that locks it in. And yeah, I was wondering how I was going to get the back side of the radiator, and then I'm like, well, hold on, can I just unbolt this and lean it forward? And I can, and hey, moving right along. And I got to get this done because I got a call from my coworker. He wants me to come in and do welder shit. Alright, it's doing its thing. It's all back together. I'm just waiting for the water to go down, waiting for it to burp itself. And I'm not seeing any leaks, which is a beautiful, wonderful thing. Got I know I dribbled a little bit on it, but got the fan mounted, got it wired down here. That's an adjustable thermostat switch. I know somebody's probably going to say something down in the comment section about my wiring. It gets the job done. That's all I care about right now. But yeah, that seems to be the most convenient place to put it for right now. Is right there next to the battery. It's right close by the radiator. I can get out to adjust it if I need to. And I'm just waiting for everything to do its thing. And hey, this is bubbling up. That's a good sign. So far, nothing leaking. Nothing leaking. No dribbling. I think I did this right. Alright. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good day. And yeah, I'll be seeing you later. Live long and prosper.